I am humbled that you're all here, flattered, and feel very blessed to be among all of you. And Pam asked that I give the history of the Rusties. And there's a lot of you who haven't been around that long enough to know how it all started. So I'm going to take it back to actually the origin in my mind was 2001, which is a long time ago. But that year, Duke won the National Basketball Championship. And the reason that's relevant is that because Duke won, I won the office pool. I got $420. I went out and bought a mandolin. Never learned to play as good as Virgil. But what happened was that summer, I went to a mandolin camp in Tennessee. And it was a 3-day camp. The first 2 days, instructions and seminars. The last day of the camp, they had a special event. At the same time as the mandolin camp, there was a guitar camp and a banjo camp. And the last day, they had 4 hats. And one for the banjo players, the mandolin players, guitar players, and then an other hat. And I was probably the weakest mandolin player there, so I put, what they did, they said, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to form instant bands. And if your 4 names are called, you are a band, you have 1 hour to come up with a 3-song show and your band name. And so I put in the other, because I had my harmonicas with me. And most of the people at this camp were from Virginia and Tennessee and Carolinas and Kentucky. They were steeped in bluegrass. I didn't even know one bluegrass song. I've even met Jim at times. I can benefit his knowledge. But anyways, I was lumped with a guy from Idaho, a guy from New Jersey, and a guy from Florida. We came up with a band name that was Taste Like Chicken. And we discovered in our 1 hour that not one of us knew a single bluegrass song. But there was the guy from Idaho, he could sing Buddy Holly pretty good. So we did a 3-song Buddy Holly set. We just had the greatest time, and it was like people who I'd never met before, never met since. And in 1 hour, we became a band, and we were impressed with how good we came up with just 4 guys in 1 hour. So I had that in the back of my mind when I flash forward another several years. November of 2008, I retired from Chrysler. And I had no idea what I was going to do next, but one of my employees said, hey, check out this place in Rochester. It's called the OPC. I'd never heard of the OPC, and I didn't live in Rochester. And the other thing was, she didn't live in Rochester either, but just OPC had a reputation. And she said, they might, because I can picture you teaching a class there. So I retired at Thanksgiving in 2008. In December, 1 year ago this month, I called OPC and they said, we got to meet with Rhonda Nelson. For those of you who don't know, Rhonda was the director of development at the time. And she was generous enough to take some time to sit down with me, and she said, you know, I'm doing this thing called Terrific Tuesday. It's going to be an evening thing, because we fill up the place in the day, but in the evening we don't have as many people. So, and we're going to have a dinner, and we're going to have all these activities. We're going to have a computer lab, we're going to have discussion groups, and all kinds of things. But I haven't come up with how we're going to end the evening yet. And tell me if I'm remembering this right, Randall. So back around and down here. They came all the way from Ohio, by the way. Anyways, we kind of brainstormed. I mentioned my background. I mentioned that I played harmonica, and she said, you know, you could do a harmonica lesson. And I said, you know, I'd love to do that, except the one time I did that, after 5 minutes, I said everything I knew about playing the harmonica. And I said, any questions? So that wasn't going to work. But I thought back to that experience in Tennessee about what if we just pull musicians together while the activities are going on. We'll have 1 hour, just like we did in Tennessee, to see what we can come up with, and at the end of the hour, we're going to perform whatever it is we came up with. So, and let's give it a try. And I did have I asked Rhonda, is there anybody in OPC who's musically who could be a partner with me in this? There was one guy by the name of Jack Schaefer, who actually was in the Buddy Rich Orchestra. He played with Glenn Miller Orchestra, with 2 symphonies and the Ringling Brothers Circus. A very good bass player, and so he kind of was my co-conspirator. But at the first Perfect Tuesday comes up. It was February 17th, 2009, And I had no idea what to expect, but I was just ready for the, the original name was not the Rusties. It was much longer than that. It was the OPC Terrific Tuesday Rusty Musician One Night Band. And but the emphasis being on one night.
To remember that.
But the emphasis, that's right. But the emphasis was one night. You were going to be a band member for one night. That we had tambourines you could shake. We had maracas. If you wanted to be, if you ever in your life wanted to be in a band, this was the time. And we had no idea who was going to show up. So Jack and I were there that first night. And who walks in? Jim and Gene Kuhn. Jim brought his mandolin. Gene brought her auto harp, I believe. So now we had at least 4 musicians. And then after the dinner, we all get gathered in the auditorium. So, okay, what are we going to do, guys? And we came up with a 3-song set. Jim played the very first song ever at the Terrific Tuesday. It was Chinese Breakdown. It was a mandolin tune. And the second song, there was a singer there by the name of Jane Spondike, who I later found out was the mother of a friend of mine. I did not know that. But Jane sang Crazy by Patsy Cline. And at the very first practice in that hour, Freddie was there. But Freddie didn't stick around. Freddie at the practice sang, Please Release Me, but he didn't stick around for the show. He missed the show. I don't think he grasped the concept because it was new. It was new. And then we did have one sing-along. It was You Are My Sunshine. And this was, we had about, Larry, I think it was about 140 people in the room, was that right? That very first one? Yeah. And the very first show is still on YouTube. It has 996 views. You can go, if you type in Rusty Musicians World Premiere, you can see it. And the whole show lasted 9 minutes and 20 seconds, followed by line dancing. And our sing-along that day, You Are My Sunshine, I still remember that the verse I wrote for Gene Spondike to sing, which was, we are the Rusty Musicians. We hope you like our songs. We hope you come back next week when we fix what we did wrong.